Welcome to Communicate on Full Service Radio, AM 830 WCRN. To join the conversation, call 508-871-7000. Now, here's your host, Mark Altman.
Happy Thursday afternoon, everybody. I'm Mark Altman. This is Communicate, Finding Your Voice. And for all of those of you sitting in the office right now, I know Christmas is around the corner. I know you've already got your eyes on next week, but make sure you're doing your job. No, just kidding. Take a breath, get up from your desk, think wellness, think relax, think stress-free. As our producer Ted is doing right now, I love it. Ted's a great role model for everybody, by the way. So we have a special guest today. And before I introduce her, I just want to tell you, because it's going to lead into my introduction of her today. So a few people have asked me recently what Communicate Finding Your Voice is. And this show, a lot of what this show about is self-advocacy. And it's the ability to express your wants, your needs, your ideas, your feelings, your emotions, feel safe, feel comfortable doing it. And so when we talk about communication challenges in various aspects of your life, so much of that ability to self-advocate is how much confidence you have, how much self-esteem you have, and how much comfort level you have in doing it. And one of the ingredients that I've always believed at Mindset Go that is key to being happy and healthy, personally and professionally, is perseverance and resiliency. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have the queen of perseverance and resiliency, Lisa Theoharides. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Lisa's sitting here. She's like, are you going to get to the point already? Like, just keep moving. Like, what is going on here? So, no, all kidding aside, Lisa and I have met a few months ago and have gotten to know each other a little bit. And Lisa represents so many core values and so much kindness and spirit that I value in another human being. And I know she has such a passion for helping others. And we're going to talk a lot about that today. So, Lisa, I want to start out by asking you a little bit of your background. I know that your entrepreneurship path started at a very young age. So if you could talk a little bit about your background and maybe some influences you had at a young age.
Absolutely. I'm really blessed. I have amazing parents that, right from the get-go was helping out in my dad's business. I remember being 10 years old in the showroom, helping to wash boats and just do whatever and talking to people. He taught me at a young age, both my parents, that, it was opposite of what most people's parents say, not to talk to strangers. They were always encouraging us to meet people and find the goodness in others. And so I'm really blessed and grateful that they put me on that path.
Yeah, and I know you had spoken to me. I would like our audience to hear a little bit about your mom, because I know your mom was such a significant role model in your life. So could you give a little bit of background about your mom and how she's influenced you?
Oh, absolutely. She's amazing. She's still amazing. When we were young, she was always reading personal development books and how she could do better. And I remember when I was a little girl that, she worked with this company. I don't know if any people remember it, called Princess House, but we would help her and write her invitations out, and she would go out, but she found a way to work from, in the evenings, but be home with us in the day. But just always just that spirit, you can do whatever you believe you can do. She just drove that into us all the time.
And Lisa, I was just thinking as you were telling that story, and you tell me if you agree with this, I think now there's much more of a focus on personal and professional development and happiness and well-being. But in our parents' generation, that was not such an initiative. So for your mom to be on the cutting edge of focusing on, that's pretty special.
Oh, she's definitely a pioneer. And, happiness is really everywhere right now. And I embrace the Live Happy movement. And being part of the Live Happy movement, I always say to people, I am an ambassador of happiness.
Yeah, and you had said something to me earlier that I think was really powerful. You said there's no standing still in life. You're either falling behind or moving ahead. So talk to us about that a little bit.
Absolutely. I've read a great book. It's a best-selling book called The Slight Edge, written by Jeff Olson. And, he talks about the curve, the slight edge curve. You can either be growing or declining. There is no static. We're never standing still. We're either in growth mode or, decline. So I really take that to heart in everything I do.
So, Lisa, I know you work with a lot of entrepreneurs. I know you're working for Narium. And if you could give a little bit of a background of what you do for Narium and how you're helping Narium's clients.
Oh, well, we just really want to help people, like make people better, help people feel better, look better, live better. There are different options for people. You can have it all, really.
So when I think about moving forward or falling back, so to speak, in the world of entrepreneurs, and we talk about communication challenges, what are some challenges that you see on a pretty consistent basis when you work with entrepreneurs?
Oh, well, a lot of people don't believe in themselves. I mean, we really all have a gift. We have this light that shines from within us. And, it's really, unfortunately, the world around us sort of pours the negativity on daily. So really staying in the positive mindset, being positive, believing in yourself, affirmation's huge. I take a lot from, I don't know if you've ever read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. That book is just something I listen to on a consistent basis.
So when I think about not believing in yourself, first off, I would say that when someone becomes an entrepreneur, I think a lot of reasons they become an entrepreneur are, number one, they don't like to take orders from other people, so they want to have control of their own fate. Mm-hmm. I think they do it because they're kind of lost and don't know where they want to go in their career, so they're like, I'll try entrepreneurship and see if I can make it work. Or they've had a successful career, but they just want to go a different direction. So they're not lost. They've been successful, but they want to try something new. So because being an entrepreneur has so many ups and downs and so many difficult experiences, how do you help people believe in themselves? How do you prepare people for what's upcoming ahead that you know yourself?
Oh, all great information, great points. You have to chunk it down into little bites
Yeah.
because you can't do it all at once. And it is a roller coaster, and helping people and sharing resources that they can read. And, it is the opposite of what we've been taught sometimes in life, go to school, get a good job, work 40 hours, 40 years, whatever. But, entrepreneurship has so many rewards. And that's why I am just forever, an entrepreneur, because I just love all the benefits.
Well, and I believe, Lisa, when it comes to resiliency, and we're going to get into a little bit of your story in our second segment today, but I believe when it comes to resiliency, the biggest enemy to resiliency is when people value outcomes over processes. And so for you, what are your thoughts on outcomes versus processes? Do you agree, and have you made that kind of psychological adjustment that we need to make when we grow up, that saying, what we get as grades in school are not the determinant of our success?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it starts with vision, having the vision, putting it out there. I work with people a lot. We do vision boards, If I could, put you in a room and, if time and money weren't an issue, and write down all your wants, your dreams, your hopes, your desires, and then help you articulate that with images, because our brain thinks in images, and it just helps drive us forward. So helping people put that vision in front, forward, it helps so much.
And what are the different components of a vision board for those of our audience that's not familiar with that?
Absolutely. I mean, you can just pick up, you can do it on your phone too. Just download some images and, cut out some pictures from magazines, some words, keeping it in front of you so that you can see it, look at it, speak to it on a daily basis. It will really help your mind. It will draw you to it.
So Lisa, I'm thinking as you're saying the vision board, and I'm a huge advocate of that. I so think you're right about that. This time of year, companies are doing strategic planning, and they're preparing for their sales and marketing strategy and their goals and objectives and their vision, for 2019. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs who you could suggest a vision board to them, and they'll be like, oh, well, I don't have time for that. And we get so caught up in our professional vision, in our company vision. But as far as our individual personal vision, that seems to take a back seat.
Absolutely. And, you are the pilot of your own plane, right? So, and if you don't decide your plans and your goals, somebody else will decide them for you. So take ownership of what you want because you're worthy of it and you deserve it.
Well, and I guess the question is that, let me play dumb for a moment. So for the person that says to you, yeah, I don't have time for it. Well, how's this even going to help me? How do you change their mindset if that's their attitude?
Well, I lead by example. Here's an example. In my bathroom, I was in qualification for a vacation, so I put pictures of the hotel and a picture of myself standing on the balcony. And, this started in July, and every day in my bathroom looking at it saying, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the Bahamas, like as if it had already happened. And actually today I qualified for that trip.
That's amazing. All right, so we're going to continue this discussion with Lisa when we get back from the break about vision boards and visualizing success. For the moment, I'm Mark Altman. This is iCommunicate, Finding Your Voice. We'll be right back.